2 weeks ago, my friends and I beat a world of parkour, leading to quite literally the craziest things that I think I've ever experienced playing Minecraft. So yeah, you might want to check that video out first. If that video gets 35 likes, we are going to do a manhunt on this parkour world, which will be pretty tough probably, considering it did take me around 9 attempts to get to this point. Because yeah, basically a lot of the times I just died like really like simple dumb deaths, kind of like falling off a bridge like while bridging, or like just missing a jump. But missing a jump isn't actually that common. Like most of the deaths are like bastion deaths, or like falling from heights and like clipping on the block. So yeah, it's actually not that bad. There is the speedrun timer, in-game timer above the hotbar here, so you can use that as reference. I did this run with the intent to try and beat the game within an hour, so let's see if I can do that. Also, if you're interested in the full-length run of this, the link will be in the description. So after mining a lot of wood from the surface, I went down to the lower areas of the map to mine some iron to get my bucket, my iron pickaxe, and my flint and steel. Yeah, I got quite a bit of wood because you actually need quite a bit for this mod. But yeah, I put my stuff in the iron, start cooking it, in the furnace, I start cooking it up. And then I start looking for a bit more iron because I didn't have enough just now, and then drop back down. However, I managed to lose my way and I've got no clue where I am, so I wasted some time looking for my furnace again. Here it is, and I just cooked the rest of my iron here, and then go up, get a water bucket, drop back down, and I got lost again, so I might be a clown here. But eventually, we find our way back, we make a portal, and we head to the Nether. Very inspirational stuff. Yeah, this might be my first time getting such an open Nether in all my attempts. Like, you can see so much Nether without like pillars in a way. It's pretty nice, honestly. It would be nicer if I can locate a structure. You can see me zooming in at every angle, and I spot a bastion here, which is just fantastic. After getting a few more blocks, yeah, I head to the good old bastion here. I relieve it of its inhabitants a little bit, and then I loot some chests here, a soul speed boots, and a crossbow. I drop down here, it is stables. I block off the hoglin from outside, and I get a good gap here on the left side. I go down here and I find the biggest amount of glowstone I've ever seen down here, so that's fantastic. I have to clear that out, and then I put some gold here. The guys are struggling a bit to get down here, so I punch a guy. I get a brute instead, so that's pretty inspirational. I try and get this guy in, and eventually that works. And then I get rid of the piglin brute because no one likes him. Then I break an extra block. All of a sudden, 2 more guys fall in. I tried my best to get this guy on the right here to drop down, but it didn't work, so that sucks. We've got 2 guys trading, we get the gold, and then we check our trades. After enough time, we get ourselves 13 pearls and 3 anchors here. Only 4 wool at this point, but I go out to the outer chests and check out this chest, which was pretty nice. There is some crying obsidian here, which I forgot, but whatever. I went back to trade, and then I eventually got myself 4 anchors and 7 wool. So that's solid enough, I guess. And then, yeah, once my trades run out, I start heading towards a fortress, or rather, I start looking for one. Yeah, you can see me here, zooming in once again in all sorts of different directions, you know, making my parkour jumps, and trying to spot a fortress. And yeah, it's pretty tough out here. You kind of just have to hope that a structure is in any direction, since I don't know how to do any E-ray or anything in this version. Eventually I spot myself a fortress, which is fantastic, so I start jumping over in that direction. Eventually, I come across this like kind of interesting looking like parkour that's been like naturally generated. Yeah, so I have some fun over there. I make a few more jumps here. Yeah, I I'm glad I clutched that out. But yeah, I eventually made my way to the fortress. Luckily, we climbed right over to the blaze spawner and get some blazes. And here I get down to 1.5 hearts. At this point, I'm really scared of just accidentally like taking a melee hit and dying. So I decided to go into my reserves of respawn anchors and just activate one. I know I'm a bit low on explosives here, so yeah, you can decide if that play was worth it. I think we do have 9 wool now, so we do have like what 6 explosives, and then yeah, after getting our rods, we start heading back to the portal, and once again we get to this interesting parkour, and I look at the lava ocean. I check my fire res, and I just decide to jump in because you know I've still got sufficient time. So I might as well use it to just swim across this lava lake instead of traversing the terrain. Here I decide to check my inventory mid-jump, very wise. We power back up, head to the portal. I slowly and precariously journey through the surface of the overworld before setting my spawn here and then carrying out a hunger reset. Very nice. I will mention, now that we're throwing our first eye, we are 41 minutes in and we've got 19 minutes to locate the stronghold and enter the end dimension. So we find a few sheep on the way there, very nice, and after a while, at 50 minutes, the eye heads back, so that's pretty nice. I spent some time swimming around the bottom of this water here, trying to look for the stronghold. Eventually, I decide to just dig down, and we fall into this lava once again. Had to clutch up with the splash potion there, and after pondering for a bit, I realized that there is stone brick at the bottom. So I found a stronghold successfully. Very nice. I slowly swim my way here, and we've got 6 minutes to locate the end portal and kill the dragon. I eventually find it at 55 minutes, and after blocking off this water and breaking a spawner here, we're going to initiate a hunger reset after filling in all these eyes. So yeah, I try to set myself on fire here, but I still have fire res, so I decide to suffocate myself with gravel instead. Yeah, I sort my inventory, leave some junk behind in case I die, and then I head to the end. Initially, I tried to use this water bucket here, but I decide to future-proof it a little bit by placing some blocks here, so that, you know, if I die, I have a slightly more reasonable path towards the end and middle there. I parkour my way to the middle here to place my obsidian setup for a 1 cycle. There we go, and then we head off to one of these sides, start shooting crystals, and then we eventually get a perch. So yeah, at 58 minutes as well. So if we hit this, we succeed in our challenge. So yeah, enjoy the 1 cycle. Okay, I admit that was absolutely diabolical. The dragon was perching in like the wrong sides for me. So I actually pondered whether to just abandon the perch, but for the sake of trying to get it down in 1 hour, I pushed for it anyways. Now, unfortunately here, the dragon does fly before I can get a kill here, and my spectacular marksmanship skills isn't really helping the situation here. And yeah, with those cage crystals still up, I had no choice but to get rid of those crystals first. So here, I start towering up with my water bucket here. I get a bit lost here trying to move myself, but I get knocked off and I die. So that's devastating news for me. I pick up my junk. I try to run back to where I died. And you can see there's some hitboxes up there, and once I get closer, I realize that conveniently my water bucket survived, so that's fantastic. I use it to climb up and break this crystal here, and then as I head down, I get knocked off again. I place the water bucket at the side of a pillar, which doesn't really help my situation, and then I died, so that's great. I went back in just to like ponder about my life choices. I see the water that I placed is still on the side of that pillar there, which is nice, but I've got nothing. So after wandering a bit, I missed a 3+1 here, and then and then I drop back to the void. So I find myself in the library. I start mining some wood. I had an idea to just mine some iron for a new bucket for myself, so I can pick up that water. So yeah, I grab my iron, craft my bucket, I do a hunger reset, and then we pick up our stuff and we head to the end once again at 1 hour and 10 minutes. We break the last crystals that remain, and then it's finally time to wait for purchase. And with this final 4th perch, I'm finally able to defeat the Ender Dragon. So that's just fantastic, I guess. I mean, it took quite a bit of effort towards the end there. I guess we just can't have a Parkour World video without an abysmal end fight. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. And yeah, check out the original video if you want. And subscribe if you want to see more.